Hey folks. All right, 1 second. Trying to got it on the meeting thing here. Guys, I'm trying to figure out this live technology. And for whatever reason, I am up and but for whatever reason, I have there we go. I had a lock screen on my thing here. Sorry guys, I just want to come with you, come to you today with just a little conversation just to see if anybody pops in here. And I actually have to look at my daughter's phone to get to see if anybody pops in, because if I had a laptop, I could do this live thing and the questions would just pop up on YouTube or the Zoom. But I totally just wanted to bring some information to you about some upcoming topics and information that I'm going to be bringing here. It's my goal to have more interviews on YouTube. So not tonight, but tomorrow night, I have Encounters with the Supernatural with Anna Marie, as she's a dear friend of mine, and she's had some pretty miraculous experiences over the years. And I knew, being that she'd be my first interviewee, so to speak, I wanted to have somebody that I just flow with. And Anna Marie and I are two people that get on the phone with each other, and all of a sudden we look at the clock and 3 hours can pass. So that is coming up. I am going to be doing also a series with my husband. I have talked to my husband's a pretty quiet guy, but I've talked him into doing some videos with my husband. And first one being, I'm going to title it That Woman. Topic being the persistence and the problematic situation we have in the modern day church and even society, in the secular world. The blame, how the woman, that woman is to blame, how that woman is to blame for the fall of the man, from his lust to things. And my husband and I are very much in agreement on that topic. So we're going to be sitting down and as husband and wife discussing some biblical faith-based stuff, but also from a social point of view as well, and what we see going on in society. I'm going to be doing the spiritual encounters more often. I've got at least for the next 3 weeks, I've got one interview a week that I'm going to be doing with that. I really would encourage you guys to get go to that video. I have my email and everything right there, and I'll put it in the show notes as well. And email me if you have any interest in speaking. No matter what, whether you are a Christian, non-Christian, it doesn't matter. Everybody's had something in their life. Everybody's had something in their life happen. And guys, I want to hear it. I think we can certainly enjoy each other's conversations and stories about what, where we've come from, what we've experienced in life, and to know that we're not all, we're not in it alone. Other people have experienced. And so I just give you a little update on what's coming. So I'm going to be doing that series with interviews. You guys are welcome to hop on, go to that video, and I'll post the link below to my email. Please email me. I am asking that you give me a little short synopsis of whatever it is you want to talk about, share with me. And it's got to be appropriate, of course. I'm not saying it can't be dark, or it can't, I have a pretty dark testimony myself, but we're not, or if you've came out of even pornography and stuff like that, I want to hear about this. I want to hear about your walk. But I have said I would like cussing to be at a minimum. I'm no saint. You guys have heard me throw a cuss word here and there when I have some righteous anger coming on me. But for the most part, I'd like to keep that pretty pretty clean. So if you can do that, and then of course, play by the YouTube's guidelines, no hate speech, none of that, it'd be great. And we will go forward and we'll make some great videos together and some memories and just get to know each other. I'm going to share with you some personal stuff right now. I didn't think I was going to share this. I mentioned it in a couple videos, and I'm sorry I smeared my makeup here, guys. It's bothering me. I'm seeing it in the camera. But I have mentioned that I have post-COVID hair loss, and it's been pretty emotionally straining for me in the last weeks. I'm very self-conscious. I never thought that I would be, that I would be so affected by something that you would consider so simplistic, right? But as women, and I know it comes from a religious, it's rooted in a religious, there's a religious factor to it, but so much of our identity is wrapped up into our hair and how we look. And yes, I do agree. I would submit and I would argue that there's a religious undertone to that, because of certain books in the Bible and in other religions and things like that. But really, I'm finding it very difficult to go through and just get it cut. I cut it to here a few days ago, but I still continue to have the hair loss. So I have undergrowth, right? I have the new growth, it's coming up, but everything's right here. It's just at the scalp. And honestly, when I have my hair down, it looks terrible because you can see right through it. But I would like to hear from anybody out there that is having this post-COVID hair loss issue, how you dealt with it, especially as women. I know men are having it too. My husband had it too. But in all honesty, it's much easier for men to cut their hair, and it's much more socially acceptable for men to just shave their heads than it is for women. And it's just odd at 44. I'm having so here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you will agree with me that in your 40s, it's kind of a life change thing, right? You always hear the stereotypical midlife crisis, right? Hi, Grandma Ginger, it's nice to see you. So you always hear of the, quote, midlife crisis, and it usually happens mid 40s to mid 50s and so on until you get over that hump. It really is a life change. It's a transition. We're going from being young, gorgeous, skinny, making babies, having babies, raising babies, and then we get to this age, in our 40s, where our babies are, my youngest is 12, 13, they become teenagers. My oldest is out. I am a young grandmother. I know that. I'm 44 and I'm a grandmother of 2. But as a wife, you go through this. I've gone through the last couple of years, a lot of insecurity about staying attracted, having my husband being attracted to me, which he tells me all the time that he believes I'm beautiful and he loves me and it doesn't matter. But there is just that age thing that we go through, and Grandma Ginger's, I don't know how you are, but you got grandma on there. I don't know how old of a grandma you are, but I think anybody that is past 45 at least would understand what I'm talking about. Now, to be going through this kind of change, so to speak, and I'm not talking about menopause. That may be part of it for some women. I'm not doing that yet. It's just an emotional change. It's just a different change in life. Nice to see you, Wise Owl. And to be losing my hair on top of it, it's quite emotionally straining. I've had days where honestly I've had to force myself to even get up because it's like I want to shut down, and like depression. And I never thought, I'm a very active person. I'm always, go get it, get the job done. That's just the way I am. And I've really had to force myself to focus to do things lately. Yes, and it's because I'm losing my hair. And there's a lot going on in the world and things like that. That usually doesn't drag me down. I always, in my videos, you'll hear me talk often about, keeping your hope. And even during the darkest times in our lives, all things work together for the glory of God who believe. And I truly stand and I truly believe that. So it's been very odd for me to have hair loss hit me so deeply. It seems so generic. It seems like it would be such a small thing, and I'm certainly not losing it because of cancer treatment or anything like that. This is just there's from what the beautician I spoke to last week and the Facebook support groups I've been a part of, just thousands upon thousands of men and women that are going through this right now. All right. Yes, Wise Owl, I am a grandma. Emmett's what, 4 days old now? 4 days. Yes, Emmett's 4 days old now. He's beautiful. He is gorgeous. I can actually, guys, I'll try to show you a picture if you'll hang in there. 1 second. Hopefully I don't mess this up. All right, one moment. And see, I gotta find the best one, of course. And here, I'll show you that one. That's a picture of my husband and my grandson. Isn't he gorgeous? He is beautiful. And he is, night and day compared to my first grandson, Oliver. Oliver is just the outgoing, just, even my daughter Rihanna said, oh my gosh, these babies are totally different. Emmett is just relaxed, laid back, and Oliver was totally opposite. So very, very happy and very, very excited that we have, our family, our extended family. It's growing, and this is blessings. But so anyways, back to that, what I was talking about. So yes, the hair loss has been very emotionally taxing for me. I have not been one. Winters in Wisconsin can be rough on the best of people. Going 3-4 months without sunshine, you can get a seasonal depression or you're close to, and it's not terrible depression, but we call it the winter blues up here because you have a lack of vitamin D. And even if you supplement and things like this, it's still, call it cabin fever, call it you want. It can be taxing emotionally to go through winters. So now you add on to the hair loss, you add on all these things. It's been very rough for me because I've been losing my hair now since, I had COVID in November. I went through December, and it started like in January. And to go in the shower and literally have handfuls of hair coming out. When I was younger, I had tremendously thick hair, and with each child, with 2 children, it got a little thinner. It wasn't terribly thin, but it was still thicker than most people. So to have this come out, and now I said to my husband, it was really weird. It was like 5 years ago. I actually had dreams about me cutting my hair like to here, and then I had to go in and I had to have it shaved. And I didn't even remember this until like a couple days ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, was that the Holy Spirit showing me even then? He knew that this was going to happen and preparing me, because I went in this last week and I had it cut to here, but like I said, you can see through it. I'm not even going to pull it up because I got a little bit that I have is up in a pony. But I just said to my husband last night, I have to go and I have to get this shaved off, because the only growth I have, the new growth I have, is like this. I'm going to leave the top, but I have to cut it off because it just looks so terrible. I've been had questions, you know, if am I fighting cancer? No, I'm not fighting cancer. It's post-COVID hair loss. And a lot of people, thousands and thousands of people are going through it. I'm just going to go ahead here and read some of your questions. Yes, he is a blessing. Absolutely. Yes, I'm really, really past 45. I try not to let myself be too concerned about looks. And Papa also tells me the same. He says he will always love me, and I'm attracted, you know, and it, in Grandma Ginger's, it is, I know beauty is transformative in the fact that, you know, there's different beauty with different ages and things like this. And I get that in my head. But again, when you're going through this kind of life change, right? And I'm not a small woman, guys. I was farm bred. I'll just say I am this stereotypical Wisconsin farm girl. I'm a big girl, and I'm sorry, ladies, I got a good looking husband. So yes, this is one of those things that I am a little self-conscious about my looks and keeping up for my husband. And I know that spiritually speaking, and I know he's a wonderful man. I love him so much, and he loves me unconditionally no matter what. But as women, I don't know if it's, like I said, I don't know if it's cultural. I don't know, but this hair loss thing has been very difficult for me. A lot of reasons for hair loss, most are fleeting, and as dramatic as it is, at the time, it will pass. I had hair loss in my 40s. It was awful. Hair has such a deep meaning in who we are, and that's the thing. It represents a lot of what we are. I don't know why. Mine happens to be because of COVID. I know that because my husband actually lost a lot of hair too. We started losing it at the same time. And if I had lost over a year or 2 years, I would say, okay, this is an age thing. But literally over 2 weeks, I had bald spots. You know, I'm getting bald spots, and seeking out professional, you know, the doctors and stuff like that. It seems to be the consensus. Grandma, let's see. Grandma Ginger's, we didn't have the post-COVID hair loss, but heard of others having it. Yeah, I know right now. Actually, my friend Anna Marie that I'm having on tomorrow night, she had CV the first cycle, like a year and a half ago. She had the hair loss, and she was actually calling me for to get vitamins through my husband. And then she had it a second time. She had it, but it wasn't as bad. And this last time she did not lose any hair, but the first time she lost a lot. She has black hair, so when she started losing it, you could really see her scalp. But I have spoken to so many women that are losing their hair. And when I went to the beautician, she said literally 75% of the people that have had it, they're having to shave their heads. And she says every week people are coming in, and they but they are being encouraging too, because like I couldn't see the new growth. I didn't think I had anything coming in yet. And she pointed out to me that I do. I have this little crop coming up. And I guess what I need to do is focus on the positive and eat healthy. And I am taking vitamins for a lot of collagen and things like this. And I'm not giving medical advice. It's just what I'm doing for myself to get my hair and all that to grow. But I'm also going to start to do, like, I'm busy, right? We like I work and stuff. But it's very hard in Wisconsin to get out and like even walk down the road because things are icy. And in past, my daughter and I, we do a lot of hiking in the Mead Wildlife, swallowed the wrong way, sorry. Mead Wildlife Refuge. And unfortunately, the wind, we've had some more wind this year. So it's been very difficult to even get out on the trails and do that or make new trails because, I'll go out if it's 15, 20 miles an hour, that's fine. But we get 35, 45 mile an hour winds. you're not catching me in the woods with my daughter. It'd be very, too easy for a tree to just, fall on top of you and be stranded out there. So this winter's been hard all around, guys. I don't know about you, but it's just been a rough winter getting out. Staying active that way outside of work. I mean, I'm always active, right? I'm physical, but the hair loss on top of it. So I have decided that starting tomorrow, I'm going to do daily walks, and I'm just going to make videos, and I'm going to encourage people to get out and get active. And I'm going to document, like, if I lose weight. I'm not going on a diet. I'm not doing any of that. I'm eating the meat and the produce that I grow off the land. I believe if God created it and you can grow it and it's not processed, you should eat it, and that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to start making one video a week documenting our hikes, our walks, and our exercise regime. And I'm just going to try to encourage people to do that. And one of these days, either tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to go and get the rest of my head shaved. And maybe if I'm brave enough, I'll show you guys. I don't know if I will or not, though. All right. We didn't have, okay, right here. Wise Owl says, BioTrust collagen something yep, collagen. I'm absolutely on collagen. That is one thing I am on. Hair does have a lot to do with biblical meaning, but hard not to be too prideful about it. Yeah, and it's not pride necessarily for me. I just all right, I'm going to be totally honest here, guys. All right. This is either gonna make you laugh or you're gonna unsubscribe from me. I am a big woman. I have big shoulders, and in many cases, I'm bigger than most men. Okay. And I don't know, for whatever reason, but the same sex has always, and I mean the same sex has always tried to hit on me. Over the years, I have had many women assume that I was lesbian because I don't dress very feminine. I don't wear a lot of skirts and things like that. And I have big shoulders, and the way I carry myself, it's the way I walk. Over the years, and I have since I've shared with you that I was raped when I was younger, and I still have to share that testimony about that. But one of the things I did after that is I didn't wear skirts. I didn't wear dresses. I didn't wear makeup. I didn't wear earrings. I didn't do these things because, to me, the feminine was a sign of weakness. And in doing that, I had taken on a very much masculine persona, so to speak. And over the years, with the help of the Holy Spirit, with Jesus Christ, and through deliverance and healing, a lot of that self-preservation, those layers of the layers that I put on to protect myself emotionally, physically, from threats. And anybody who's had PTSD will understand what I'm talking about, right? Have come off. And I've actually got to the place where a few months ago wore a skirt, and I was very happy with myself that I was able to wear this skirt, and I felt free. I felt free emotionally to wear a skirt. And you guys, that's kind of maybe, people don't understand the devastation that rape does to a young girl or a boy. It's years and years of healing, years and years of stripping off the false identity that you have built up as just to protect yourself. And I got to the point where I was able to wear makeup and wear earrings and feel like a woman. And now I have to shave my head. And I already had women of, the same sex hitting on me all the time. And it was very bothersome to me because I am not a lesbian. And I'm not saying that if you are, that I hate you, I don't love you. That's not it, but that's not me. And according to my faith, it's not something that's acceptable. So I've worked very hard over the years to just grab hold of the, my female identity, and then to lose my hair. It's been very difficult. And I'm sorry, guys, but I don't think people understand what rape victims go through. So this has been a big deal to me. And I'm sorry to get emotional, but I am sure that there's other women going through exactly what I'm going through, and that have been raped, and have this whole thing, and understand. You beat COVID, you are a healthy person of faith. The rest is living life. The more challenges you experience, the more faster you grow. Amen. And I do get that. I do get that. And I know that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. So all I'm going to do is stay busy and get out, get exercise, work, and do what I need to do to get over this. And I don't know if you'll ever see me without a beanie hat, or we call them babushkas. I come from the Baltic area, the Slavic, Germanic, Norse, and around here we call them babushkas. The bandanas that we wear on our heads. And I don't know if I'll ever feel comfortable enough to take that off if I after cutting my hair or not. But hopefully I get to the point where I'm confident enough that the hair doesn't mean anything, but guys, I just wanted to share this with you, just give you a little update. And I was very excited to I just got done a little while ago speaking with a young gentleman. He's young, he's got a fiance, he's in his 20s, and he has a YouTube channel. I'll be sharing that link here. He interviewed me for an hour about homesteading and self-sufficiency, and we had a very in-depth conversation. I was very happy to be interviewed and share what expertise I have. I'll be sharing that link here in the community section at Sunset Point, so you can check out his YouTube channel and his podcast. Just a very, very lovely young man, and I was happy to be a part of what he is doing. But guys, I'm just going to wrap this up because I have to get ready to go milk some cows. And again, guys, that's my grandson, isn't he, Dal? And that's my sexy husband. But this little guy here, he is just something else. He's got dark hair just like his grandpa, and he's long and skinny like his grandpa. And Oliver is totally opposite, but we're just beside ourselves as proud grandparents. And I just look forward to the day when we get both them grandkids here and we have a full house and we get to just take them fishing and do all that. But Wise Owl says, asking out of ignorance, doesn't COVID hair loss grow back? It does. And I do have some. What some women are saying though, is that your hair comes back thinner. Now that's not a big deal as long as you get coverage, but it can take up to a full year for your hair to come back. So what everybody I talk to is having the same kind of, like I am, 2 to 3 months of your hair falling out, and then there's kind of like a lull there, and then about month 5 or 6 it'll start growing out, but it usually takes a full year for you to get it back. Thank you, Grandma Gingers. And guys, so I'm gonna thanks for popping in here today. God bless you all, and sorry about my bloodshowing. There's another word. My bawling, my crying, my waterworks. It is what it is, though, right?